everybody. So today I wanted to show you a product called Ekobrew, which is a refillable, reusable filter for your Keurig. First off, this is 2 weeks worth of Keurig junk right here. This is about, 21 pods, I think. Now, this might not look like a lot of trash, and that's mostly because I go through here and I recycle the aluminum off the top, and I throw the coffee grounds in my compost container back here. But when you consider that in an average year, Green Mountain alone is selling like 8.3 billion of these things, that's a heck of a lot of trash. So I started looking at other solutions, and one that I found that I really like is the Ekobrew filter. It's pretty simple to use. You just pop it open, you fill it with your favorite coffee, and you put it in your Keurig just like you would any other K-Cup. So let's go ahead and do that. So really the only thing that's less convenient about using a refillable pod like this versus a K-Cup is, number one, you've got to fill it, which might take you 20-30 seconds. And you occasionally have to wash it. So in we go. And it's off for the races. Now, you can use any coffee that you want with these refillable filters. This is my weekend staple, actually. Maxwell House makes me feel like a real man when I'm working. But then we also keep a couple of things around the house that we really like this New England Coffee Blueberry Cobbler. If I'm drinking the Maxwell House costs about $5 a pound. It's pretty damn cheap. The New England coffee costs about $20 a pound. It's considerably more expensive, but it's still far cheaper than just about any K-Cup from Green Mountain, which people don't even realize they're paying about $50 a pound for their coffee when they get it in this form. It's absolutely ridiculous. So not only is the refillable Eco Cup far cheaper in the long run, it's probably more environmentally friendly too. All right, we're just about done here, and I'll take it out and show you how to clean it. All right, so our coffee's done. This is obviously going to be a little bit hot when you get it out, so you might want to wait. But basically, to clean these things out, it's really simple. You pop the top, you flip it upside down over your compost container or trash can if you go that route, and just whack it with a spoon. And there, it's pretty darn clean already. If you want to, you can just flush it with some water, and it's ready for its next use. Now, I do not clean it with soap and water after every use. I don't know whether I should be advising you to do that or not. If I'm doing a sink full of dishes, I will clean it with soap and water, which uses exactly 0 more water than I would be using already. So as far as I'm concerned, there's really not much impact from the reuse of these things. Now, I wanted to bring up something that came up in a Freakonomics podcast. If you listen to that and you're familiar with it, a couple of podcasts ago, they talked about environmentalism and environmental economics, and there was an environmental economist named Aaron Levinson that kind of wondered aloud if a reusable filter like this one is more environmentally friendly than using disposable K-Cups. When you ask that kind of question, you've got to factor in, well, what was the impact of the manufacturing of these two products? And when you look at it, clearly there's more raw material that went into the Ekobrew than goes into a single K-Cup. And so I'm sure there was probably more environmental impact from the manufacture of this single Ekobrew versus this single K-Cup, or maybe even a couple of these K-Cups. But you've got to factor in, I'm going to use this hundreds and hundreds of times. And these are single use, and because of the way they're manufactured, and because even the bottom, if I want to go through the trouble of peeling all of this crap off, the bottom isn't labeled as to what kind of plastic it is, so I can't recycle it. That's a heck of a lot of environmental impact right there. Now, Aaron Levinson in this podcast, he wondered, if it was really worth it when you consider you have to clean a reusable filter. Well, you barely have to clean it. There's almost no water used in that. So I have a hard time thinking that this is in any way less environmentally friendly over its lifetime than this is. He also mentioned that really throwing these out isn't a problem in his mind because the United States has plenty of space for landfills, which is another way of saying that it's tomorrow's problem. And there I disagree with him. So anyway, getting back to the point at hand, I absolutely love the Ekobrew, and I highly recommend it to anybody who wants the convenience of using their Keurig and wants a way to do it a little cheaply and a lot more environmentally friendly than those pieces of crap. All right, well, I will catch you later. Thanks again.